Knew in my own mind it was a fantastic filter, but I never dreamed it would be like the world's best filter.
The year is 1952. Ken Johnson is a master motorcycle mechanic and a skilled racer. A shared passion for motorcycles causes him to cross paths with fellow racer and future business partner Norm McDonald.
Yeah, when I first met Norm at the Harley-Davidson shop when he came in to buy the first Harley, Norm and I, we were racing 3 to 4 nights a week, all over Southern California. Then we went back east to all the national championships. But anyway, it was Ken and Norm, K&N.
Ken and Norm decided to go full pin in starting their first business together. With their shared knowledge of motorcycle mechanics, they started looking for a location to start their first motorcycle shop.
In 1957, the first shop that we could find to start the motorcycle shop was down in Loma Linda at Tippecanoe 99 on the old Redlands Boulevard. And so first we just said Canyon Motorcycles, but it was just repair bikes, and that's what we started our motorcycle shop with. We kept thinking, well, you know, we were doing so good in Riverside, and we thought we got to branch out.
As K&N established his place in the motorcycle empire, Ken started pushing the limits of utility with a variety of motorcycle components.
Handlebars, I really settled on the last part about it, so that's when I kept bugging Norm about handlebars. So at first the handlebars were mild steel, so I thought, well, you know, I'm gonna make them out of chromoly. And so at night I'd make all my handlebars, but I had it in the middle of the floor and then I'd walk around in a big circle 4 times around to make one handlebar. And then eventually I think we had possibly 100 or so handlebars in street and dirt.
After years of manufacturing motorcycle accessories, Ken started to see the need for superior air filtration for off-road vehicles.
'69, that's when I made some of the very first air filters for some of the very first off-road cars. My idea about manufacturing took money from the K&N motorcycle shop, so if it hadn't been for Norm supplying money, there still wouldn't have been a K&N air filter company.
To kick product sales into high gear, Ken created the very first product marketing materials for their fledgling business.
The first air filters, and then I did all my research myself to find out what filter would fit what. And I had a friend downtown that did my photographs, and then I did all the catalogs myself with part numbers, and I figured out mathematically how to price it, which was a real big deal. And of course the time it took to make it and the cost of the plastisol, and that was a talent God gave me.
Well-known racer Bobby Unser and his family recognized the ingenuity in K&N air filter products and worked with Ken and Norm to further develop the filter design for off-road use.
We got in with all the guys that raced all the dirt cars, and that's when I met Bobby Unser at first too, when he was racing all the dirt cars. Everybody mostly knew us from motorcycles. The off-road thing was sort of just in the infancy then. Of course, naturally we went to every one of the off-road races, and then it wasn't too long before you know, Bobby called me up.
Bobby had a reoccurring issue with mud contaminating his engine while racing on dirty tracks and looked to K&N for a solution and an edge over the competition.
If you know anything about Ascot, half-mile dirt track. But anyway, it had thick mud, but even on our flow bench, I found out that it flowed more air than a brand new Fram paper filter, even with all that thick dirt. But anyway, it was really neat stuff, so that's when we got our flow bench to show everybody, and then of course built the lab in between the other 2 buildings. By then all the guys who were racing would be giving me their filters to show, and then the filter I made, it was a 9-inch diameter, 12-inch long, and so it fit perfect on the offie. And so Bobby in '70, he set the fastest qualifying time, and then he won the race. And the first time an air filter had ever been in a race car at Indy. Well, everybody used their filters after a while once they found out they worked. By then, some of the car filters started selling. Then I came up with the idea with the plastisol.
Plastisol helped offer K&N air filters a new level of design flexibility and production capability, but required a large quantity of molds. As a result, Ken met mold manufacturer Jerry Mall, who would one day become a partner and eventual owner of the K&N business.
I needed some dies made, so I asked him, well, could they make a die? And he said, there's a young guy in Bloomington. So that's when Jerry came in.
As the demand for higher quality filters grew, Ken came up with an innovative way to use the previously wasted excess filter material.
So everything just evolved from one thing, you know, give me another idea for something else. And so what was left over from cutting stuff for air filters, that last little piece, I hated to kind of throw that stuff away. And I thought, you know, but I could use that. So that's when I got the idea, and we sold hundreds of them later. Were just little vent filters for transmissions and differentials and crankcase vents and stuff. And I tested all kinds of different kinds of oil with different grades and stuff, and we tested them on the bikes and stuff and getting them dirty. And finally we came up with the lightweight 20 weight type oil that we do have now, and put the color in it, we just hear, wow, this filter works twice as good with that oil on it.
After more than 25 years of owning K&N, Ken felt that it was time to pass the torch to his longtime colleague and friend, Jerry Mall, who he knew shared the same passion for innovation and excellence that Ken and Norm had made a foundational part of the business from the very beginning.
Knew in my own mind it was a fantastic filter, but I never dreamed it would be like the world's best filter, because it would do everything a paper filter wouldn't do.